am I getting your good side?
Is everything? Yeah.
All right. You got, no, you know your angles.
I do.
You're a Los Angeles
I think
man.
I do. I don't remember.
So, I think it's recording. So our podcast, this is our podcast. This is the Facial Recognition Comedy Podcast. I'm sitting here with Granison.
Hello.
Granison, how's it going?
It's going amazing.
Yeah, we just did I did your show the other day, and it was really fun.
You were fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, people really liked your energy.
Okay, yeah, that's when I first met you, and just for our listeners, and it's gonna be in the bio, but like I don't need to do a resume, but Granison's it's kind of the man.
I'll take it. I didn't know.
He's a comedian. He's dope. He has great energy, and like we were talking about how when we first met, you said you didn't know me well, but you liked my energy.
Yeah.
And I felt it was mutual.
Yeah.
I'm private though, so like I'll do my oversharing on stage.
Yep.
And then mind my own fucking business and keep it's protecting my energy. I'm energy sensitive and empathic.
Yeah. Well, you're also very playful. And I resonate with people who can riff.
Yeah.
And so if like I can just like be back with you, and I'm pretty mellow.
Yeah.
So then like, but I like to like just have this volley of communication.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy doing.
Yeah. Play.
Yeah.
Play. Have fun. That's like one of my roommates. One of my 4 roommates. But when we leave the house, we always. And she's a you know what? Shout out to Jill Chrissy. She's been on here actually.
Just say the
you
name.
know Jill. Yeah, no, I mean, but like
Just say the name.
Yeah, shout out to Jill Chrissy. Funny as fuck. We always say have fun to each other every time we leave. It became a habit, and I think someone used to do that with me. I think it might have been my friend Barbara, who's a poet.
You live with Jill Chrissy?
Yeah. Well, she lives with me. She moved in. I've lived in the same place for years and years, and I actually So
I had no idea.
yeah,
That sounds like a house of fun.
Oh my God, it's like an artist commune.
That's awesome.
It's we live, and then my other roommate Dustin is an illustrator. I've known him for like I think 15 years. We went to college together.
U&D?
Yes.
Yeah.
And his boyfriend moved in, and it's all good vibes. Everyone likes their space.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so beautiful.
Yep.
No one's in each other's business. Everyone's keeps it grown and sexy.
Yeah, yeah. I will say that I have been definitely a little less of a hustler now that I am in a space that is more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like when I lived in places where I was like, I got to get out of here. I was up at Starbucks at like 6 in the morning, just like writing scripts and doing that stuff. Now I'm like, my house is nice.
Yeah, it's so zen.
It's so good. And then,
I have a gong in my place.
Do you?
Yeah, you gotta.
Do you play?
I mean, I gong it. Yeah, does that make me like, good at it? I mean, I can,
gong it.
Woo, like gong.
Oh, okay. So you got a special sounding gong.
Woo! I don't have pipes, so
okay.
The voice is not my gift. Although I've been like hella into karaoke.
Yeah.
Like I've been in just a singing. I've been a singing fool, basically.
Where do you go?
I just do it in my house.
Oh, okay. That's cool too. That's awesome.
But I've been doing it on like the Instagram story.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There was no music in the background, was there?
Yeah, it was music. Oh, it was. It was that good. You didn't even hear.
I didn't even hear the music. No, I heard you singing.
Oh my God! Or it was that bad.
No, it was fun. No,
Okay.
It doesn't matter to me because the truth of the matter is, one, there's always going to be someone better than us at singing.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
then two, if you're singing really well but it's soulless, then who cares?
Yes, and that's what it is. I sing. So the singers that I'm a very ambitious, like karaoke singer.
Yeah.
Because I love the people who have pipes.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they have soul.
I like that you're ambitious. Like you go straight for Cher. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh. Do you believe? And I can't. I have to hear it. I gotta hear it. I have good pitch, but I have to hear it first. I don't want to do that to the listeners.
You don't want to. Okay.
Y'all don't
You
deserve
wanna give
that.
them
I'll put something that sounds okay on the story. I don't want to hurt
You don't want
anyone's
everybody
ears
to
or
just be
feelings.
wet at home.
Yeah, or that.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Have spirits attached to me.
There it is. Yeah, you know.
Every time you jerk off to someone, there's a spirit attached to you, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
what Spirited
goodness.
Away was about.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of having people sort of attached to you, we were talking about, and this is something like I'm kind of obsessed with and interested in and sort of have been all my life, but like different relationship paradigms.
Yeah.
And like I've sort of always been interested in that, but I feel like society has always shoved, other ideas up my ass.
Yeah.
And there's been like a lot of resistance, and I'm just sort of interested now in.
What kind of ideas have been up your ass?
Well, I mean, okay, coming from like an Indian background,
Yeah.
right? It's just like get married, have kids. It's very sort of a basic template for how to live.
That's most places, right?
Yeah. And
Yep.
that's like not, my parents are together still, and I love them, and I love that they want to stay together. But like also, it's like if they got a divorce, it'd probably be more peaceful,
Yeah.
So that's not selling marriage for me.
Yep.
And also, it's like, I don't mean to brag, but I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh shit.
I'm
What's
sorry,
that,
that probably offended people. No, I'm not
mean?
sorry.
You just triggered
what?
people.
Yeah,
She's a Sag. I gotta get off this podcast.
Negates everything. Or if they are true believers, and I'm not saying that I am. I am open to whatever.
You're partial.
I don't take anything
You're
too
an untrue
seriously.
believer.
Yeah, but
So wait, how is that a brag?
Oh, no, I don't know. Because we're awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm with it. I get it. I'm a Capricorn. I don't think too much about it, but
Tiffany Haddish is a Sagittarius.
oh, she's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're a brown unicorn.
I mean, a unicorn, maybe like a, what's more like me?
Griffin.
Griffin is close.
Very close.
Guinea pig?
Oh my
Parakeet?
God.
I don't know.
Parakeet. Wow, that's
Fucking
cool.
A white tiger?
I like that. Yeah, yeah.
Little inbred,
You're just super rare, little inbred. Yep.
Teeth just facing east and west,
There you go.
but like against each other. I don't know.
I'm a white tiger.
I don't know, man. I'm just like, I don't really. Everyone's like, what's your favorite this? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I just like what I like right now. Like
Just
right now,
whatever.
I'm feeling the color green.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm feeling the color slime green. What color are you feeling?
I always feel blue.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
my
always
God.
feel blue.
Okay, so that's throat chakra
Mm.
and third eye.
Oh, okay.
Well, which one? Is it more of a sky blue or like a navy blue?
I'm more of a navy blue, so that's throat, right?
No, that's the third eye.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and you meditate.
I do.
Okay,
I
that
do.
makes sense.
Typically through the practice of yoga, but sometimes every time I have a conversation with someone, I'm usually aware of my breath.
Yeah. Wow. That's so. I don't know if I've had some sort of trauma or if this is some weird coping thing, but like I will stop breathing sometimes.
Really?
Like, my heart won't stop beating, but like I
No.
will stop breathing, and like people who know me well might like give me a nudge, like
Yeah. Hey, you should start breathing again.
yeah, like you're kind of holding your breath,
Osmosis Jones will
Yeah.
just tap you on. Yeah.
and just it's. I don't know. That's interesting. My favorite color has been like sort of like this slime, fluorescent green
Well, you rock it well.
type thing. I love it,
Yeah.
and like green is related to the heart.
Mm.
Yeah. So, and that's interesting. It's interesting because like I've been trying to like operate less from the intellect and pay more attention to my gut
Mm.
instinct
I like that.
or heart,
Yeah.
I feel so,
I feel like sometimes we
corny.
separate the intellect.
but that's me judging. That's my own judgment that I'm looking at from outside of myself.
I think though there is an intelligence. There's an emotional intelligence that you can operate from that is heart-based, but is also intellectual because we are beings of energy
Yeah.
and all of those things. So to say, okay, well, it's separate from our thinking mind, it can't be because we're constantly taking in things we don't understand
Yeah.
and that we don't realize we're taking in. Someone across the street who seems kind of,
Yeah.
and you get their energy and then, or you pass by it and then your energy's changed because you realize that's not the person that they were giving off, right?
Yeah. I sort of
Yeah.
try to, I tend to, when I'm being conscious, identify with the conscious observer of myself, the neutral conscious observer of myself, the non-judgmental observer of myself. So, you know, like the personality, it's just like a lot of that will come out on stage.
Sure.
And that's the art, right? That's the art. But like, you know, how I try to live my life in a more peaceful, less charged way. But like, you know, it's like also I'm a comic and I have mental illness or whatever, emotional, whatever. So it's like, you know, I don't know if people should trust me with their money. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean,
as someone who wants you to give me
that's not a problem
money,
of the heart at all.
no, I have
I don't
pigtails.
trust anyone with pigtails.
Zara's here.
so-
Welcome,
Hi.
Zara.
Hello,
my God.
Granison. Good to see you.
Good to see you
We were
as
just
well.
having a heart-to-heart chat.
We were.
I'm
wanna-
sorry I interrupted the flow.
No,
of the
you didn't.
heart-to-heart.
Certainly did not.
You-
I think you're enhancing the flow.
Am I?
You're
created-
bringing
Okay.
your heart into.
I'm bringing
this,
my
so-
flow into this. I'm on day one. Let's go.
Bring
Let's
it.
talk
Are you?
about it.
Day one.
I mean, if we
Sorry.
need to.
No,
if we
don't be
need
sorry
to.
about
we,
that.
we don't need to talk about
That's
it.
part of your life.
How
This
strong?
is-
You don't make my shit come early.
You know what? I just came back from an all women in comedy festival. The
Yeah.
All
All Jane?
Jane. Yeah, the All Jane
Oh,
festival.
all you
Oh,
bitches are
nice.
synced.
Did you talk to
I'm
Dahlia?
2 days early, and I'm like, this is all you bitches. This is what women do to each other.
Yeah.
We just hormones.
You guys just sync up.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether you like it
Anyway.
or not.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
No.
You know, you get one more person on the. You get one more woman on the podcast, and we immediately start talking about periods.
As you
I'm
should.
so sorry.
I'm with it. No, I grew up with my
Um,
mom and my sister.
Sorry,
so
we
I'm
were
not
having a
tripping.
heart-to-heart about something else aside from my monthly
No,
cycle.
we're going with it. This is
Okay.
a roller coaster of life.
Did you see
know?
Dahlia Malik at the All Jane Festival?
I did. Yeah.
She's one of my favorite humans.
She's great. She's
Good
wonderful.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a facial
been on here as
recognition
well.
comedy regular. She's a
Yeah.
regular on our shows.
Done the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So you're you know
We're
maybe
a
she
fan.
kept the seat warm for you too.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That was what this is.
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
it. I was like, oh, Dahlia?
And
Yay!
fun
I'm
fact.
sure other people kept kept
Maybe
warm,
not.
but you know.
Fun fact
Her butt was
about
there one of these things.
fun fact about Dahlia. She actually did not end up going out with that Tinder dude.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So it never happened for super uber facial recognition comedy fans.
He
She's-
seemed kind of dangerous.
Dahlia is still single and splitting time between the Bay Area and LA. So
Oh.
go find her.
She's
Find her.
talking about being so you know what we started talking about?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I get so excited because this is all very new.
Are you single?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So, you know, I'm trying to do the whole have different, you know, different people on the roster type thing.
Coast
Okay.
to coast.
Playing
Yeah,
the field.
coast to
Okay,
coast.
yes. So you're trying to have a hoe
But
in every
like-
city?
But not a hoe. Like
Not
you know,
a-
it's like I want there to be respect
Okay.
and friendship.
So a
But
friend
you know, it's
a friend with benefits
privilege.
in every city.
Privileges.
A friend with privileges.
With privileges.
Yeah, I think I like that.
Yeah, okay.
privilege. A
Friend-
benefit.
friend
I'm
with
not
privileges.
insurance. You know,
I
like
like
Okay,
that.
got it. Cool.
and
So that means that
and-
you're not there in time of need, is what you're saying. Like you're not a friend with benefits. You're just there.
But
you
the
know,
thing is like
You're
I
there when
have
you're
sort
there.
of that role, but
Uh.
that's someone that's sort of just like been in my life for like decades where it's not sexual anymore.
Oh, okay.
So it's like we've been married. So it's like I got my little, you know, it's very, you know, I don't want to put too many details out there because I don't want to, you know, it's easier to keep it private. So I don't want to reveal names.
yeah.
And I
Yeah,
think
saying it on a
that's
I
podcast
yeah.
want to
is
know
good
names
secret.
of all these guys you have in different cities. I'm kidding. I don't care.
Well, yeah,
no,
off-
no, I don't.
All these
off,
guys
I
but
mean,
not
I care
on here.
personally,
May or may
but
not be
you know,
getting it in with.
I feel like these men probably don't, men or women or
We
Well,
don't
it's
know.
not always a
anything in
sexual
between.
relationship, but it's like
Yeah.
different. You know, it's like it's sort of, it's you know how dating is in big cities.
I've.
Can you get everything from one man?
You're right. I mean, I'm sure, Granison,
No.
you probably feel this way too, right? There's different relationships you have that fulfill you in different ways,
Exactly.
right? Like
Yeah.
not everyone. I wouldn't say I have like that physical attraction and you know the sexual chemistry with everyone. I
No.
have it with one person.
Yeah.
But then I also share like intimate details and have like life event type conversations and philosophical type conversations with a completely different person.
Yeah.
you know?
You can have deep. You can have deep connections with multiple people it's just who you decide you want to
Yeah.
kind of like really, really dive deep into. Or if that dynamic doesn't fit you, then you just have these varying relationships that you don't judge or put
Yeah.
anything on.
I also think that you know that puts a lot of pressure on the one person. Like, okay, fine, you're in a monogamous relationship and whatever, but like, I always get a little like, it really makes me evaluate a person when they say, "Oh, I married my best friend and I married my everything," and I'm like, "You married your everything? Like that's a lot of pressure to put on one person."
Yeah.
For them to be your best friend and your lover and your confidant and the person you have all these deep discussions with and also someone that's supposed to please you.
Yeah.
It's a lot for one person to take on.
Now, do you think that that person thinks that it's a lot? Like if like you from an outside see that as a lot, but the person who they're talking about probably sees it more as like an elevation than a pressure.
Maybe, and I don't know. Maybe this is why there's so many divorces.
Mm.
Because maybe people are like coming to terms with, oh, I can't be everything
No.
for my partner.
And also,
You
it's
know?
like this one size fits all type of
Yeah.
relationship paradigm is bullshit. And it's like, well, clearly marriage is like, not for everybody. What
Yeah.
else is there? There's like,
Yeah, I'm not knocking down marriage. I think it's a beautiful thing, but I think
I mean,
the
it can
successful.
be. I mean,
I
I've
don't-
seen marriage that's not a beautiful thing.
I've seen plenty of those
Yeah, but that's
examples
just another
too.
word
Yeah.
for relationship.
Yeah.
So,
But it's the commitment and
Yeah.
the pressure, as you were
Yeah.
saying. How much pressure can you put on one person? And like our parents' generation, they stuck with it, especially like from the culture we came from. Like my parents.
it was it was also because you were kind of shunned for divorcing back in those days. Also,
So you white knuckled it,
that,
and they're
but
still doing it.
like from our our parents' generation, I will tell you this: like my mom really she ingrained this into me, where she said, "You have to be self-sufficient. You have to be independent. You can't rely on anyone." Because she married into this relationship, and then she became a housewife, and it really took her off the path to whatever she thought success was at that point.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't become wholeheartedly dependent on someone else.
Yeah.
Financially, emotionally, all those things.
she was giving me like a get out message.
Yeah.
She was just like,
she was like, don't let anyone
Go.
control you.
just be
And that's
free.
like, I feel like a lot of mothers, or
Yeah.
like our mothers from that generation, that culture, like, yeah, they were like, because that's, otherwise it's sort of this expectation you're beholden to someone.
Yeah, you're trapped.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I
You
learned
don't have
my
that
independence from
freedom.
my mom.
Yeah.
You like
she
her-
is from another planet. She adopted me and my sister, and she was single. She's been single this whole time, so for like 30-something years.
Have there been like boyfriends or
No.
no one's
Nah.
ever been around?
She had owned her own, like, she was a contractor and owned her own construction business for a while. So
wow.
she just was busy, and she was raising us. She wanted a family. So
So
she's
your
been
mom is like a
My mom's-
badass boss bitch.
My mom is dope.
Yeah,
Yeah. She was
sounds like it.
part of the Seven Sisters, which is the first all-female international construction crew in, like,
Wow.
the
That's
70s. Yeah.
In the 70s?
Yeah.
Wow, your mom is killing it.
I love that lady. She's awesome.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yeah. So
She never dated.
she dated, I remember one person that she dated, and she's hella old. Like, she is the most,
I'm not talking about
Reserved.
serious, because it's like what makes a relationship serious,
yeah.
It's all relative.
Yeah, words and
Yeah.
expectations, I guess. But yeah, no, she went out with one person who took us out on Mother's Day,
Yeah,
when we were
wow.
like 15, brought us pie. So I was like, I like this guy, and then she went on one more date with him, and I think she thought it was too much. Like, she was
Yeah.
like, he invited me to his hot tub after the opera, and I was like, oh, you didn't have to go. Are you gonna go out with him again though? And then she was like, nah, it was too much, and I was like, okay,
They went on an opera date.
yeah.
I
And he
wanna
was
know-
No,
late. She
this
was
guy
pissed.
was. I mean, the opera is expensive, and then
Yeah.
he's trying to have a hot tub after. Like he was,
He
and he
was-
took the kids out for Mother's Day. He got you all
Yeah.
pie. Like he
He
really.
was trying to smash.
He was cool. He was trying to get in with my mom.
He
Yeah,
was
for
trying
sure.
to get it in, and he was. I think he was pulling
was
out all
trying
the
to-
stops. The
he was
opera
trying-
is expensive.
He was late though,
He was
and
trying to
that's
give
what
your
I
mom
think
the
that's what
business.
got her. He was like half an hour late, and my
Oh.
mom's real
Oh.
punctual.
This is too
Okay.
much. It's
Yeah,
too much.
she's like, maybe if you had been on time, we could have got some hot tub action. But yeah, my
Oh,
mom was
man.
not. She's like, I need a punctual guy, I guess. My mom
Well,
doesn't seem to
She
care.
knows her values.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like that too. I like a guy who's punctual because I am absolutely not,
Yeah.
and so I need someone to kind of keep me in line.
Is that
Oh.
you or comedy that made you that way?
Comedy. I think it's just because I always have too much on my plate.
Yeah.
So it's like even today, I left work at 6:15. The CEO walked in as I was trying to leave, and it's like, oh well, fuck. I guess I'm stuck here until, this conversation, this impromptu meeting is over.
Oh, okay.
But for me, it's like a combination of like my day job, which isn't a career.
Yeah.
And comedy and podcasting, and I just have a lot on my plate.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that everybody who's working with me like gives me a little bit of leeway, knowing that like I have a lot on my plate, and
That's cool.
I'm gonna try to be on time, but it's probably gonna be impossible.
You're gonna
for
be
me.
on the time you have.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But someone like, someone who's like very punctual about time, they don't always get it. Like
Yeah.
they're like, I don't care what your excuse is.
Oh,
We
yeah.
agreed on this time. If you weren't gonna make it on this time, then you should tell me that
and
you're
you
not
like
gonna make
people
it.
who will let you give you that shit.
Yeah.
That's so interesting because
Yeah.
that is an opposing value. Like your
Yeah.
mom values punctuality so much she wouldn't even go on a
Second date.
Yeah.
second date.
Yeah.
And Zara, and I love Zara to death. She's pathologically late.
Yeah.
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 I like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to throw in a butt because it's just like no, I love Zara to death.
I love Zara, and she's
pathologically
Yeah,
late.
I
Like,
am. I'm always
That's
like,
real.
there's nothing I can do about that. I've
Yeah.
tried. I've
I
tried.
think there is, but like
I can quit my day job. I can just say no to things, and then I just
Yeah.
won't do as many things. I
Yeah.
could say no to the podcast, and then I just won't do the podcast.
no, just
Yeah.
come and join.
Yeah.
It's chill.
So it's like so I've started saying no to things.
And I'm not even judging it
Yeah.
as like a bad thing. It's just a thing. I used to be like, I mean, I used to also be like a crazy person, but like I used to be pathologically late as well. And so you can, but like the reasons I was pathologically were like, I've been in therapy for fucking ever, so it's like I better
yeah,
have
your
some.
therapist is always making you run late.
No, I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying, like, now, I used to be, like, hours late to some shit. Like,
shit?
Yeah, it was crazy. But, like, it was also a very crazy period.
Yeah.
And her, like, she's holding a lot of shit together. So it's not, like, something I would compare.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all being held together by
Yeah.
gum. Like it's at any point, like it's just a house of cards. It's gonna come falling down. Yeah.
Usually, I always feel like I'm gonna fuck up in some way.
Yeah.
Can I cuss on this podcast?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. This is not the Lord's house.
This is the Lord's house, and you can cuss.
The Lord is
good.
everywhere.
The
It's
Lord-
fine.
Yeah, he's probably part of those things.
This is the Lord's house, and you can cuss. I think that might be a
I
titular.
always feel like I'm gonna fuck up, and so I don't ever really know what I'm doing. Like if you ask me what I'm doing on any given day, I don't know. But if I look, I know. Like if I'm good about like making kind of scheduling and stuff like
Okay.
that. But I don't know.
You're
I
good
don't
at
keep it
looking.
in my head.
You're good at like keeping a calendar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
No, I'm the
various
same way.
forms.
I'm the same way. I never know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's
How-
always like, yes, I have something to do. I have somewhere to be. But if I don't have anything to do, I'm like, what did I forget to do?
Yeah.
I fucking forgot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know I forgot to do something, and then I'll have this like guilty conscience. For
You don't do like a
while.
Google Calendar or something that syncs with your phone?
I put it in my notes.
Yeah, I have a Google Calendar.
do?
I have a work. I have 4 different
Calendars. Oh,
calendars,
yeah.
and not all of them sync because there's like a limit to how many calendars
Yeah,
will
yeah.
sync. So
Yeah.
it's like I have to check a few calendars.
How good does it
Shit,
feel to
I
say
don't-
no
What do you mean?
to stuff?
I used to feel
yeah.
guilty, but now I'm like, can I do it some other time?
Yeah.
You
Or
know?
if you don't want to do it at all, just
Oh
say no.
yeah,
That
I
feels
used to feel so weird
good.
about saying no. I don't want to do something, and now like somebody just hit me up about something, and I read the script, and I was like, no thanks,
Yeah.
and
But
I'm not
Maybe
afraid of
because
losing them.
you feel it's also, I think, sometimes a luxury to say no. If like you feel fulfilled by everything else you have going on.
Yeah,
And maybe you feel like you're at a better place where you don't have to say yes to every opportunity.
yeah,
I mean, I think
know?
that's cool because I think I did a period of time where I said yes to everything, and then I did a period of time where I was like, all right, if I don't want to do shit, no, I'm not going to do it. And it's like both experiences were cool, but like you're the filter. You get to decide
Yeah.
what you want to prioritize.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also what you feel is going to be good, because sometimes there will be a gut reaction to say like, I'm already doing too much, and
Yeah.
then I'll go, but can I grow from this different thing, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes it turns out I do it, and I'm like, oh, that was great. I'm glad I said yes to that, even though my initial reaction was, I already have 3 things I'm doing.
So it's like, yeah, is it self-care?
It's
And is
like,
it
all
helping
right.
you grow, or is it destructive and
Yeah.
like getting in the way?
Am I saying no because I'm being lazy about it, or
Or
whatever?
trying not to hurt other people's feelings and being
Yeah,
codependent. Like,
yeah.
this is like awful and I'm going to be miserable the entire time. But so-and-so is going to be a little upset. No, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that shitty script. I mean, sending them all the love in the world, but
Sure,
like,
sure.
with the most love, fuck that shitty script. You're not paying me. And that's it. I'll be nice. Like,
Yeah.
no, thank you. No,
Yeah.
but thank you.
There's a very LA way where people ask you, like they're like, it's a great opportunity.
Oh, yeah,
We're gonna give you tape, and I'm like, okay, so it's free.
Yeah.
You're not paying me.
Yeah.
What else are you like pretending to like offer me
Yeah.
for my services?
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's a lot of that.
Yeah, you
So,
just got to be, I feel like
I
that's
picked up on
funny,
those
too.
buzzwords too.
Yep.
It's like, oh, okay, this is some free shit.
Opportunity,
This is, yeah.
building, whatever.
Yeah.
whatever
Anytime
words.
someone comes at me with, I have a great opportunity for you, I'm like, is this a pyramid scheme?
Oh, yeah, immediately. I'm like, what are you doing?
Straight
Prepaid
to
legal?
pyramid.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing?
What is this,
I
Herbalife?
I
I
don't-
want your
no
milkshakes.
Herbalife. I don't need any more Mary Kay makeup. Like
No.
Herbalife with 2 L's. Wait, does Herbalife have 1 or 2 L's?
Well, 2
Or
L's
it's the
total.
other one.
It's 2 L's total.
Okay.
Because
I
it's
feel like-
life and herbal.
So it is 2 separate words.
Yeah.
Oh God, I need to do research.
Oh my
I need
god.
to do
It
research.
is 2
Herbalife
separate
is
words.
definitely
Damn it.
separate words.
Damn
Oh
it,
my God.
Herbal. Because no, it is Herbalife. Because
Yeah.
the brand name is Herbalife, but like combined. So there's only 1 L.
Oh, okay.
So I'm saying we start another one, Herbal space Life.
Also
2
with a
L's.
U, like urban.
All right, yeah. You know what?
Herbal.
Let's add some seasoning
Herbal.
to it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's city
what would
health.
we sell? What would we, besides, broken dreams
I
and
don't-
shit? Like, what else would we
I don't
sell?
know,
I mean, that
but
would
would it be
obviously be the first
hilarious?
thing.
that-
What would be our pyramid scheme? Like, what would we be selling?
I think we should just get the brand, the Herbalife brand, but
We-
with the 2
yeah.
L's,
Yeah, we just get the
and we can do
URL,
whatever the fuck we figure it
Okay.
out. We figure it out.
GoDaddy it, and then figure
Yeah.
out what our product would be.
Yeah, we gotta do that now
we
because
should
this
sell
episode
things that
comes
are
out tomorrow.
intangible.
What's intangible?
Spiritual growth.
Spiritual growth.
I love the intangible.
Life
though.
coaching. Life coaching
Yeah.
is a big one. It's like completely intangible, and yet people pay a lot of money for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
and you
like
don't
an
really know anything about
investment,
their
though.
lives
Yeah.
because they don't talk about their lives.
But some people give good advice, and they just like don't put that focus on their own life.
Yeah, some people are better coaches than they are players.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Though I don't know about life coaching, honestly. Like, I feel like a lot of people in LA are life coaches that I wouldn't necessarily turn to for advice.
Yeah.
Like I would want a life
You'd
coach.
say no.
I'd say no, yes. Or I'd say, can you introduce me to like, someone more successful than you?
Damn.
Who are your references?
I mean, yeah, that's a better way.
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
a better way. Yeah, who are your references?
Introduce me to someone who's more successful.
Yeah,
That's
because
funny.
I feel like the highly successful people aren't running life coach businesses,
Yeah,
Like
probably not.
I believe more in mentors than life coaches.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't
well,
know.
one is just without compensation.
Well, yeah, also
It's
like
like a relationship.
it's a
versus
relationship and
more of a personal relationship than a business
yeah,
relationship.
and mentors are probably more invested in you personally than
Yeah.
a life coach whose kind of like job it is.
So
You
you
know?
gotta find someone who cares about you.
Yeah,
You're just
which
looking
is
for
also hard to
someone
do
who
in the summer.
cares.
Oh my god.
I've been looking for a mentor / someone's coattails to ride on for a while. Those are hard to come by.
Who are
in
your
this town.
prospects?
Joan Rivers was a great prospect, but
Yeah.
you can only find her in hologram form now.
Yeah.
So I
There
don't
is
know. I haven't found one yet.
Maybe they'll do like a Black Mirror episode with like a hologram Joan Rivers.
I don't know.
mentoring,
Maybe.
mentoring a
Maybe.
young girl.
What would be the Black
Maybe.
Mirror part? They're like, she's back.
She's back.
Well, she'd have like the whole. She'd be Joan Rivers.
It's a universe where all you see
But
is
it's like-
Joan River holograms.
Yeah, it's like it's consciousness. Like it's sort of she's everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're in Joan Rivers, and she can appear as a hologram, or she can talk from the wall. You're in the Joan Rivers
I feel
experience.
like that would be so creepy. I don't
That
know.
would be the creepiest
It
Black
would be
Mirror
very
ever.
creepy.
She wouldn't have anything else to do but be your mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
She'd
know.
probably be dope.
I don't know.
But she won't let you leave.
That's the only
That's
one you
the
wanted.
that's
Now
the
you're
Black
like,
Mirror.
no, I don't know.
But the hologram Joan Rivers can't really help me. She can't like call up bookers and be like, "Hey, I know this great girl,"
Because they're gonna
Oh,
be
you
like,
want Joan
she's-
Rivers as an assistant, not
no,
a
no,
mentor.
no, no. Just like drop a line like, "Hey, do you know Zara?" Or like an introduction or whatever.
Ah, got you.
You know, like that. Mentors tend to do that. They like connect you to people.
Hey, this is my
you
friend.
know,
Look
who
out
think,
for her.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
so
true.
I haven't found that person.
So we're putting
in
it out
LA.
there right now.
We're putting it out there.
I
if
don't
you're
know
watching,
if any of our listeners
Oh.
or fans want to introduce me to someone who can help my career. I guess.
done.
Yes.
She came
so
late,
it
but she
is.
started great.
And so it is.
There it is. Relationships and dynamics. We've come a long way since periods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we've come full circle. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, now we're
Here
back.
is our
Dang,
circles,
dig
and
it
here we
deep.
are.
Who's your mentor?
Yeah,
Top
well.
5.
Separation
funny.
is an
Do you feel like
illusion.
you-
Ow.
Granison, do you feel like you have mentors?
I feel like, I put a lot of stock in the people that I'm close to.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my friends, we are just honest with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and we really. I've grown up with a lot of very empathic people. Shout out to Emil. What up? You're not gonna listen to this, but
He might if
he
you
might.
send it to him.
He might. I'll send it to him.
You can send him the YouTube. I'm waving
what?
right now.
What?
We're
Hi,
waving.
Emil.
Waving.
Thank you
Keep
for being
on
such a
waving.
good friend to Granison.
Growing up with him, he's a ridiculous human. But we're always just honest, and in
That's
a way
good.
that is not intended to. Because sometimes we can favor honesty over diplomacy,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
feel like if we can be honest and also build up people.
There's
Yeah.
also enough trust that
Yeah.
he's not. You can give him the benefit of the doubt all the time. Like if he says something, you're not going to be like, "Oh, he's coming for me." You know that's just that's all love.
Oh, you coming for me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess my peers, I hold deep respect and I seek their wisdom because one, we're going through it together,
Mm-hmm.
and then two, they're probably going through similar things that we are.
Yeah.
But in terms of like a mentor, like I didn't grow up with like a dad or anything, and so I've always looked at my mom and been like, all right, she did everything on her own.
Mm-hmm.
I can figure stuff out,
Mm,
and I just want to do it with dope people.
I love that
Yeah.
shit.
That's it.
But your mom seems like an inspiration.
I didn't
to
even know
many.
how cool she was until we removed like the relationship, we removed the roles.
Okay.
Like I don't know if you guys have done that with your parents, but like eventually you're not their kid, you're another adult,
Well, these are Indian households.
and
They
that,
don't-
Yeah.
that
you
makes
know, we-
sense.
that-
I'm a-
Culturally, it's
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Um,
It's hard. I've been trying to do that with my parents a little bit, and it's hard because
It's like death
they
do us
have-
part type of.
Yeah,
like,
they have a hard time. Like they have to. I think they're trying, but like my mom, sometimes she'll just get really annoyed and like start talking to me like I'm 14 again,
Mhm.
and then we'll be at my apartment having dinner at my dinner table
yeah.
on
Do
my
you-
plates
Do
on
you
my
flex on her like that?
No, but it's like
Hey, that's my plate.
no, but it's at like dinner that I ordered it, like all this stuff, and it's like she'll start like
she paid for everything also, and
yeah, and then
you might want to throw a little. You
I don't, but I'm like, Mom, are you enjoying your dinner? Like I'll say like random things here and there,
She'll
and
throw
then
a little. I know
you
I know
throw
you
little
throw a little
passives.
salt. I know. There's no way you
throw little
don't.
passives.
just a little bit,
Yeah.
because it's like, well, like okay, so we're together. Is this how you want to spend this time with me?
Yeah.
Your adult daughter, you know.
Yep.
So
My
yeah.
mom had to because I wasn't gonna not have grown conversations with my mom if I am a grown up.
Yeah.
So like, I hit her up one time and I texted her and we hadn't really talked about.
So she
drugs and
treats
stuff.
you with respect.
was like,
is basically
That's
what
I'm
it
going to
is.
Joshua Tree to do shrooms, and I had never talked to her about that before. And she goes, "Yay!"
She
And I
did.
had no idea. She texted me back, yay. And I had no idea if she had done shrooms. We talked later. She's like, yeah, I was a hippie. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, your mom was a hippie.
She was.
Dope.
She was the most reserved hippie on the planet. Yeah, I think so.
Reserved.
She's very reserved because, like, she has very limits, like with like sexual stuff, with like drugs and stuff. She didn't really want to do it around us because we came from drugs. Like our birth parents were like on drugs. We got removed from the house and stuff like
Are
that.
you your sister?
My
Are
sister?
you guys biological
Yeah,
siblings?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Wow.
So
she took both of you.
Me and Ashanti. Yeah, she basically said she wanted a family.
Yeah. Wow.
And then
Oh, that's sweet.
the two of us were at this, they called them picnics. It's basically like if you're looking to adopt, you go to these events and you can't really talk that much to the kids. You can just kind of be like, I'm blah, 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 and then move on. It's like speed dating for adoption. And she saw that we were siblings and most people weren't talking to us. She was actually accidentally at an all black one. It was supposed
How
to be
old
for
were you?
black. We were 4.
Are you twins?
I mean, I was 4. Shanti was 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe one more year. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
read
you
the
all
stuff.
must have been so cute.
were
I'm
cute.
sure her heart melted immediately, and she's
She
like,
loved
"This
us.
is my family now."
Yeah, and we were
That's very
so
sweet.
weird.
And your
'cause
name was Granison already?
My name was Granison the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad's name's Granison.
Yeah.
My birth dad.
Are you in touch?
I talked to him one time when I was 28.
So not regularly.
Did you go searching for him, or
No,
What was-
Zena, which is my birth mom, said that she ran into him at the social services office, and he had been
You're-
kicked out of California for a while. So she was like, "What are you doing here?" And
so you were in touch with your birth mom?
yeah, so I got in touch with her when I was 26. She had gotten out of prison, and then I had been writing letters back. She had been writing letters back and forth to me, and so she says, "You want to meet me?" And I was like, "I'm curious about my life and who I am," and I met with her, and it was cool. She's definitely my mom. She's a little crazy, and that's, I mean, I'm a little crazy too.
You're in touch with her though.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
texts me all caps periodically.
Is it interesting to see your? Because before that, you hadn't seen your parents
Not really
at
no.
all. So was it interesting to see them as an adult? Like, did you notice similarities in the way you were?
Yeah. I mean, we have the same smile.
Okay.
Very similar laughs. We all can sing.
Wow.
Yeah, which is kind of
Oh.
cool. She would just sing randomly, and she is a lot like my sister Ashanti.
Yeah.
Because I have 2 older brothers, 2 younger sisters, and Cindy wasn't born. She's the youngest. Wasn't born before we got taken away from the house, and then Paul and Dwayne got put into like the shitty foster home.
Your older brothers.
Yeah, my older brothers.
And were you in touch with them as you were growing up?
Not too much. Dwayne more than anything, but Paul got adopted by his birth dad in Arkansas.
Okay.
And so we just stopped seeing each other after that. I stopped seeing Paul. That's the last time I saw him was at my high school graduation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then Dwayne, he just Facebook messaged me from like a correctional facility or something.
Yeah.
So, like not an actual prison, but like a place that was there to help.
Halfway house type?
Maybe, yeah. It was like
Well,
something
whatever,
like
it's
that.
his business.
Something, yeah. I don't know the
Yeah.
specifics. I just was like, oh, cool. They got Facebook where you're at.
Yeah.
Good for
That's
you.
good.
Big
They got
B.
Wi-Fi.
They got Wi-Fi.
That's great.
You got a bunkmate. Whatever.
Can't be too bad.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Do you like bunk beds?
I dig bunk beds.
You do?
Yeah, I grew up with bunk beds. I don't
I
don't
loft
think
beds more than I like.
Yeah, I like
bunk
loft
beds.
beds.
Yeah,
I'd
because
yeah.
there's that
nervous
underspace.
having someone
Mhm.
on top of me, a big old mattress.
Well, you got to explore that dynamic, you know?
We
Coast
had a
to
bunk
coast.
bed.
No, I
Remember
mean,
we stayed at a hotel
Yeah.
where we had a
I-
bunk bed?
But I'm like afraid of it like crushing, you know?
She was scared the whole time, Zara. She didn't tell you.
No, I
Well,
took the
I
top
was-
bunk.
Oh.
No, I
gotcha.
took the top one.
You guys traded off?
What was this?
Did I? Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah, you
did
took
take-
the bottom one. I took
I
the
did?
top
Really?
one. Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, because it was easier for
don't
me
know.
to, because I could actually sit and not sit on the
Yeah.
bunk, like on the mattress and not hit my head.
Yeah, we have a height
Yeah.
disparity.
My first year and a half, I was sharing a bunk bed with some people in LA.
I think
just
it's
moved into LA. I didn't know anyone, and then I was just like, okay, no deposit, cool, and I just stayed there and it was
yeah.
chill.
So what was that journey like getting into LA? Because where are you from?
I grew up in Oakland, but I went
Okay.
to college in Chico.
Okay.
Yeah,
So then from Chico, did you come out here to LA?
yeah. I came straight out. I was living with this lady. She was my girl at the time. and I told her, I was like, hey, once I graduate college, I'm gonna go down to LA and I'm gonna act. She had a business and a house and most of her family up there, and we talked about like her coming down. It was never gonna work out. She was like a small town person. She just liked that space.
Yeah.
And so when I was here, I was doing whatever I could to live, and it took 11 hours from Chico to here, and it's a 6.5-hour drive. But the
NorCal?
grapevine,
Yeah.
the grapevine was frozen over. So I had to go drive all the way out to Santa Barbara just to come back to Granada Hills.
How many hours did that take you off?
I mean, it
took him 11.
took
so
me 11.
5 hours.
Yeah.
What does that mean? The grapevine was frozen. What?
So that the hill that you go up, if you're coming from the north, then there's that hill, call that like the grapevine.
Okay.
I'm
so not familiar with
cold.
California
You
geography.
couldn't drive on
It
it.
was like
so
Central
cold
California.
that it was iced. Yeah.
Wow, that's
and
crazy.
so every car was trying to like find the first road to cut over, and everyone had that idea, but they were all frozen too. So we couldn't even.
Wow.
And I had never been to LA, and I hadn't.
So
gotten
was that a
place.
sign of what was to come? Like the journey to LA took a lot longer than expected.
Was it foreshadowing?
I was like, driving's gonna suck here. No, I am somebody who has always been like, as long as I have a purpose
Is
for
this
being
story
somewhere.
just an allegory for your experience
This is
here
just
in
who I
LA?
am. No,
Yeah.
no. I'm comfortable. Like, I didn't think in terms of the totality of what it would be like in LA. I just thought, this is something I got to deal with.
Yeah.
And I had 2 places on Craigslist that I had looked at. Hadn't contacted anyone. Just was like, I'm packing my car. I'm going. And it was this January 2nd. So it was like day after New Year. And I got to the first place, and the guy smelled like booze. And I was like, okay, I hope this isn't going to be weird. I'm going to take a tour of this place. Everybody seemed like they were just kind of hungover from New Year's. And I was like, is it cool if I just crash this night? He said, nope, you got to pay for the month if you're going to stay here. And I didn't want to stay in my car. And I was like, it's only this much. I'll do that. That's fine. It was like 8 bunk beds in a huge room. There was a huge house with like 3 other rooms. And
How was
shit.
the house? Was it kind of like a cool space? Or
It was a dope space. They had like a pool. They had a pool
but
table.
there were bunk beds and stuff. So how many people did you share a room with?
Okay, so there's 8 bunk beds in this room.
Wow.
And they all had like, and there was a big ass closet space and all this stuff, and then the rest of the house. So I shared a room. I think at least 6 of the bunk beds were full.
Wow. Okay.
And so I shared it, and then there was 2 other rooms that each had 4 bunk beds in them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or 2 bunk beds in them.
What was this place? A warehouse?
So apparently in LA, there's a lot of shared living spaces.
How do people get it in?
Yeah. A lot of people fucking too. I think
you just do what you do.
Yeah. Oh, you mean get it in like just doing things?
No, how do you fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, you just do it in front of people, I guess.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like on the bunk bed? The top bunk? I mean, that's gotta be hard.
Because some people might go get a room or something.
Sure.
I don't know.
No, you know what? I didn't do it. Surprisingly, I didn't do a lot of fucking when I was bunking.
Well, yeah, it probably is just
6 people. Yeah, that'd be a lot.
So
that's weird.
It's a little discouraging, right?
Yeah.
For most people,
it's not really
might
conducive to like a romantic atmosphere,
No.
you know? Like
No, I was surprised how many
Depends
people
what you're into.
didn't get caught jacking off. Very surprised by that.
Wow. Okay, so you move into this place. There's a bunch of people. You were there for a month.
I was there for a month, and then I moved to a not that different, almost shittier place.
Okay.
First time I'd ever lived with roaches.
Oh, wow.
It was insane.
Almost shittier, but not shittier?
The thing was,
Well, it was your own
Why
place.
the
almost?
roaches
It
part
wasn't
was
like a bunk.
sucky, but
Okay.
like the people who ran the house in Granada Hills were like drug and alcohol addicts.
Okay.
So like there was always something that was going to drop. Like apparently the New Year's Eve party, there was a katana thrown. And so like I could just sense that this space was not going to be good. And the next space, even though it was smaller and had roaches, was at least like there was kind of sane people there.
Right. You felt safer around
Safer
the
with the
people.
roaches?
I was like, yeah, I'm going to stick with the roaches.
Got it.
They don't throw katanas.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I
I
paid
feel
rent to a
you.
dildo factory.
Like that's
The
what
apartment-
you wrote the check out to the dildo factory?
The apartment management office was in a dildo factory.
So you wrote the check to the dildo factory.
Yeah.
I mean,
didn't know.
this is Granada Hills, right? So
So the second place I moved was North Hollywood.
North Hollywood. Oh yes, so there would
Yeah.
be a dildo factory in the
100%.
valley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over
So
on Voss.
for our non California listeners, the valley, the San Fernando Valley, it's known as the porn capital of the world, or it was before the laws changed.
Yeah.
Last
Now
year.
it's
You
what,
put
Vegas?
condoms on it.
I think Denver, Florida. I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like it's where porn people retire.
It was
now.
on the ballot.
Yeah.
It was on the ballot like 2 years ago or something because one of the laws was that
Wherever you don't have to wear condoms is the
yeah,
capital
that
now,
was
right?
that was
Yeah.
the one. That was the one. If wherever you're allowed to film porn without the actors wearing condoms.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna be the most.
in
popular
California, I
place.
think you have to wear condoms now. So
I think that's the deal. Yeah.
and nobody wants to see
I've
porn.
never
No one
seen-
wants to see safe sex porn.
Who
what?
watches condom porn?
What?
I don't know.
What's
No.
everyone's porn these days?
I haven't watched porn in a while. I haven't.
I'm sorry. It's just funny to imagine you watching.
I
not
mean,
like
I'm
but,
a
like-
human.
No, I know.
I watch porn like I used to.
Yeah.
I've just
Why
been really
is it
busy.
weird? What do you think she watched porn
Well, no,
like?
maybe it's just.
People think I'm a prude for some reason. I don't know why.
No, I know. I feel like an asshole. It's all like my bull. Of course, you're human. I'm sure.
I don't know why. I'm telling you, the
But what
comedy
kind
world.
of porn though?
Okay, my first
Brunch
2 years.
porn?
No, I've never. I don't even. That's probably a thing, but I've not seen brunch porn.
What is brunch
Granison,
porn?
I don't know
I
what's up with just like comedy's perception of me, but like when I first moved to LA, a lot of guys thought I was a lesbian. Probably
Really?
because
I
they
wouldn't
hit
have
on
seen that.
me and they
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, you're just a lipstick lesbian.
Oh,
You're
their
not
egos couldn't even take
their
it.
egos couldn't take that I'm just a straight woman who's like not,
Not
into
interested.
comedians because I like rich people. So excuse me, you know.
Yeah, you want somebody
I
with
was
some
looking
money.
for a rich dude to take care of me. I still
Exactly.
am,
Oh,
but
yeah.
The
that's
price
a
is
different.
You
right.
need
it
your
just
short
might.
films, GoFundMe.
Exactly.
I get
That
you.
whatever. So that ship is anyway. And now everybody, literally every woman is always shocked when they hear that I watch porn. They're like, "What? You? What?" I'm like,
I didn't mean. I hope I didn't
Is
come
it
off
like
as
in the
judgy
background?
at all.
people
'cause-
are surprised
or-
that like
yeah.
I have like a vibrator. They're like, "What? You like? Do I just seem
believe that.
uptight?"
What-
Like,
you
I
just-
believe that.
You seem very, very like put together. Like you seem very.
Yeah, when you think of people
Yeah,
watching
I don't
porn, you
know,
think
like,
like
I don't-
raunchy
yeah.
people.
I don't know. I mean,
Like I've only known, and
You
again,
think of me?
I've only known what?
No.
No, we've only done we did
I
the
was
Comedy
cu-
Store a couple times.
yeah,
And like we talked.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
I've done your show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I didn't really have too much time to, and I just knew you seemed like a very like serious and focused person.
That could be a funny bit.
I'm a professional.
happens
I
to
think
you
that's
all
what
the
it is.
time.
And for the most part, I think of comics as my colleagues. Like, yeah,
Exactly.
like I'm friends with a lot of people and I'm friendly with a lot of people, but
Yeah.
like I'm not like openly talking about sex all the time because
no,
like
no.
I don't talk about that stuff with colleagues.
Yeah.
I talk about that with like my group chat with the besties
Yeah.
and like my old sorority sisters
Yeah.
and
She doesn't want to have to go to HR, so it's not like a
Yeah.
habit to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
For me,
That makes sense.
I
in a
don't know. Maybe
corporate
it's just
environment.
ingrained in me. Like it's that line,
I don't want
But
there to be anything that could be drama in my space of joy. Like I like
Right?
doing comedy. And so
Yeah.
like I would rather, and I also don't walk around just wanting to fuck everybody I meet. So like for me, I'm just like, hey, you're cool. I
Yeah.
don't need to go past.
I will tell you this: you are 100% the anti-creeper. Like you're, like I would
That's really
never.
Good vibes.
Like you're
seriously.
good
Thank
vibes. You're a sweet dude. You always keep it professional. Like I would never, if someone was to say like, oh, even bring up any like, even a hint of drama with Granison, I'd be like, are you sure? Are you sure you have the right Granison?
You sure? Because he's
I don't
eating
believe
ruffles
that.
on our podcast.
Yeah,
so
I
don't
mean
know.
he's good.
Yeah,
What are you
I
talking
don't- I
about?
keep it
Some
chill,
nasty flavor.
Respect it.
Yeah.
I don't date,
Actually, I
date
love that
comics,
flavor.
Really?
You
Is
don't
that
date. You have
the-
a rule against dating comics.
Typically, yeah.
What about like having sex with comics?
I mean, that's
Similar.
that's the thing that usually gets you in trouble,
Yeah.
right? Like if you have a relationship with a comic and there's no sex, typically there's no anything that could go wrong with that.
I don't seek it out, but the thing is like when you do so much of something, that's who you're around all the time, and it just happens.
I'm around so many non-comics though. I do like
Yeah.
I have hella day jobs and different
Yeah,
shit like
that's
that. So like
true.
for me, I have more
have better
non-comic
options.
friends than I have comic
That's the thing
friends.
is, like, I'm
That's
so
good.
dealing.
He's a normal, wholesome person. You know, like he has comedy friends and non-comedy friends.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we do podcasts sometimes.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
But
See,
I
I
also
need
I also
that.
had a lot of sex
Why
in
does it sound
college,
so
so it's
deflated?
not a thing for me.
You had a lot of sex in college.
I had a lot of sex.
I
in
mean, I
college.
feel like, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people get it out of their system in college too.
So yeah, so like the thirst is not hella strong with me. Like I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
But also, so that's the problem with comics too, right? A lot of comics were like, you know, kind of neglected socially
Yeah.
or whatever. So they didn't really, a lot of comics kind of hit their stride like like after college, or some didn't even go to college. So they didn't have that experience.
Yeah.
You know, so you end up with a lot of like socially awkward dude who all of a sudden there's like, oh, there's women around who I can hug whenever I see them. You
Yeah.
know, because like that's the thing. That's a greeting, just hugging people.
Or the
when you see
kisses on
them.
the cheeks and like leaving a
Oh.
little
Do a
bit
lot
of
of people do
slobber.
I've, you know,
I don't like that.
I would
shit.
say early on people did that, and then I like made it known. I'm like, all right, fist bumps only from now on,
Well,
everybody.
check this out. I'm
Kissing
gonna
on the
say
cheek, though?
in
Yeah.
the last maybe 3 months, I've noticed something has happened with men where there's a lot of side hugs. There's a lot
Yeah.
of side hugs where like I'll like go into like a friend who I'm just like, oh, I'll give him a regular ass hug and then I'll get a side hug,
Oh,
and I don't
shit.
mind because it's like I understand it's
I
a
think
sensitive time.
The
but
Me Too movement has really affected everyone, and I think everybody has a friend or knows someone who's been affected by it,
yeah,
or you know, who's had some sort of a scare. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of guys I know are being much more conscious.
I'll take a side hug
Which I
over
think
a
was the
slobber
point
kiss.
of it, right?
That was the whole
The
point.
point
Like,
was
hey,
to get the mindset where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, I'm not just a thing.
yeah.
Treat me like a person, and then
Yeah.
see where it goes.
But also, if you're like scared of it, like there's a lot of guys.
Treat me like a
Who-
person.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It's
guys who are like
unreal.
voicing like, I can't believe we got to think about this shit. I'm like, what? You can't believe you got to think like you should always be thinking about
Definitely
it because
should be.
because as women, we're always thinking about, okay, how do I keep myself safe? Like
Yeah.
we're always on high alert, you know? Like
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that shit. It's like equal. We're gonna
It
do this
should
shit
be.
equal,
yeah,
Yeah.
like
whether you like it or
now-
not.
exactly. I feel like it's kind of leveling the playing field of paranoia a little
Mhm.
bit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, if dudes are like, man, I can't believe I think about this, think about what women have to think about.
Yeah.
Like, even, because most of the time that stuff is like people know.
It's like
Yeah.
basic
It's-
respect is an annoying thing to want. Like,
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
off.
Oh, man, I got to think about you not wanting me to do this. Ugh. Like, all right, dude.
Yeah,
God.
I mean, maybe I didn't want to wipe off your slobber off my cheek. Like, did you ever think
Maybe
of
you shouldn't have
that?
left
Maybe I
the
didn't
trail.
want it on my cheek at all. Maybe like
Yeah.
there's a certain radius
you, French? Why are
sometimes.
you kissing me?
Maybe
What are
I
you
have $50 foundation on my face
You
that
do.
I don't need your slobber mixed in with.
That's
There
you
an
you go.
know, like
investment.
Mary
yeah.
Kay.
Are you exactly?
What was that?
Callbacks.
He said Mary Kay.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
See, he listens. What a great guy.
I know. Oh, God.
That's awesome.
All right. Should we do any like
Are we supposed to wrap
of
up
our
or
usual
something?
segments or
Oh.
anything?
It's like, this is what you paid for.
I mean, whatever.
You
Yeah.
guys pay for a certain amount.
Do you like segments?
Yeah, I mean, I like structure a little bit. But we don't have. We could
Oh.
be completely unstructured.
So you're a Capricorn and he's a Capricorn.
Are we
Dope.
both
Yes.
Capricorns? I-
When's
I-
your birthday?
Do
Yeah,
you
cool.
like structure?
I do enjoy structure.
Yeah.
See, I feel like you might.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like you might.
My
'cause-
league show's booked out till June.
So, yeah, fuck it. Let's do some segments. We got
Wait,
little
when's your
brown
birthday?
segments.
January 11th.
Mine's is the 11th. Shut up. We have the same birthday.
Are you
Oh my
serious?
god.
We have the same birthday.
There's no way.
Oh my
no.
God.
Don't mean to brag, Sag. My Sagittarius friend.
I love being
we
a
have the same birthday.
Sagittarius.
We have the same birthday. That's crazy.
That's fucking
Yeah.
dope.
111. That's
Cool.
crazy.
I feel like I'm older than you. We're not gonna. Guess
Let's
each
just
other's
go with
age.
that. Yeah, let's go
yeah.
with
just
that.
go
Let's
with
go with
that.
that.
Yeah, let's not. The world is watching.
Oh my goodness.
All right, twin. All
There it
right. So this is a segment that we do sometimes, occasionally, if we feel like being structured. Okay, so we're South Asians. And
Surprise!
surprise! You know,
Do you guys have
In-
a thing for that?
Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi.
People always want to say
Sri Lankan-
Southeast Asian. Have you noticed
Sri
that?
Lan- yeah, people always want to say Southeast
They
Asian.
want to throw that
and
East
that's,
in it. It's
that's
not.
that's like Vietnam and
Yeah.
stuff. You know,
Oh,
that's
okay.
like
Malaysia.
that's Southeast Asia.
And
But
nothing's wrong with it. It's just a different region.
so I was naming off other South Asians, Sri Lankans, and you know. So we're just wondering, do you have any questions for us about our culture It's something that you've been confused about. This is a very safe
I grew up in
space.
East Oakland, not Southeast Oakland. That would be 55th.
You
Different
listen.
place.
You're so good. You're such a great man.
And
Listen.
I
You just can't.
That's Fizza's be just turned on right now.
Uh-oh.
No,
Alright.
I mean, girl, it's all
Shoot,
love.
positive
Granison's
trigger.
like family.
Yeah, we're like
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So
I grew up around different people. I guess
you grew up around diversity.
yes,
Right.
yes. And I don't. I
Sorry, I
realize I
don't
don't
mean to
ask a
giggle
lot of
so
questions.
Loud.
What to you is the thing that you would want people to know about where you're from?
Did you just answer a question with a question?
Yeah, I like
That is diplomatic, my friend.
I'm feeling
So
it.
your question is, what do we want people to
South,
know?
It's not Southeast Asia. That's
It
what
is
the
not
fuck I
South-
want them to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get the side right.
Yeah, it's not Southeast Asia.
It's
Um,
South Asia.
We don't all know each other.
Yep. I get that from Oakland. I get that from being black too.
Yeah, we don't all know each other. I do not know your friend Prajeet. I also, Fizza has a joke about this. I also probably don't want to hook up with your one Indian friend, you know?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
meet me at a bar, don't be like, hey, marry my friend. Like, don't do that.
That's
like,
hella weird.
that's happened to me.
It is hella weird.
It is hella weird, but it's happened to me a lot where I've been at weddings. I've been at different places where I'm like a single woman and some other, like, you know,
Unless
usually
he's cute.
they rarely are.
Obviously.
If they're
You know,
cute, then it's
But
like,
it's always like someone of like Caucasian descent who's trying to pair me up with someone who
It's also their brown friend.
who's their token brown friend, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I hope it works out one day.
Like I would love to yeah, sure, I want to meet your friend, but not with the guise of like
Yeah, not
Y'all
with the
should
guys
fuck,
of, hey,
you
this
know?
is the wedding.
yeah,
and you know what happens
exactly.
at weddings.
Yep, exactly.
Weddings
Um,
are crazy.
yeah.
I love weddings.
I mean, if it's an
Weddings are
open bar,
fun.
you know.
We're still deep in wedding season, actually.
Are we?
Yeah.
When is
Wedding season goes through November.
it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it starts around like April, May.
We're deep.
Yeah. I will say I've had times where I'll be at a wedding and I'll be vibing with somebody, and then that person's person will come by
Yeah.
and be like, hi, I'm this person's person. And I'll be
Just
like,
letting you know, peeing a
hi.
little bit on the ground.
we shared a
Oh.
moment. Nice to meet you also.
Yeah.
Oh man.
See you later. I'm going to get some.
Well, you never
Damn.
know. I
Food.
mean, remember Wedding Crashers?
Do I?
What's his name
Yes.
ended up with Rachel McAdams. She stole him away from Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
What's his name? Why can't I remember his name?
Vince
Not
Vaughn?
Vince Vaughn, the other guy.
Owen Wilson?
Owen Wilson. Thank
There
you.
go.
Owen Wilson ended up stealing Rachel McAdams
Yeah.
from Bradley Cooper.
We're pulling a creeper move.
Yeah, totally.
Stayed. I mean, they had a lot of time.
They did.
What were their jobs?
They were lawyers. They were both lawyers.
Oh,
and they,
yeah. They were lawyers, so they could afford to just be there for a weekend.
I guess.
And that weird
I
brother.
don't know. They
I
were
love that movie.
Uncle Ned's kids. I really do. I have that movie on DVD, which I don't have a DVD player. So if anyone,
So, first dates. First dates. Zara watches porn.
Yeah. Zara watches porn. That could be also. That could be a
Zara
title
watches
of the.
porn.
yes, I'm sure my cousins.
Instagram stories
have-
of porn
should we
you've
do a
recently
two-parter?
watched and analyzed.
We don't have time to do a two-parter. Yeah, you got to roll. Yeah.
Oh
Trying
man.
to do a Chipotle plug? What?
Yeah,
Chipotle?
Our sponsor, Chipotle.
Oh man, I could do
Zara
some Chipotle.
watches porn. That
What-
was the title.
What was your thing that you wanted people to know, or just the?
Oh, yeah, what did
South
you
side?
want people to
Southeast
know?
Asia. That was I mean,
Southeast
yeah.
Asia.
It's
We're
not
not Southeast
That's a big-
Asian.
that's
South
big.
Asian. Got it.
Just
Okay.
South Asian.
It's just I'm keeping it simple.
Zara watches porn.
Zara watches porn. That's what
I
I'm
would
trying
watch
to write
that
down.
segment
Otherwise
every
Oh
it's
day.
my
taking so long.
God. You know they're gonna send that to my parents.
Please.
Her
You have to
family.
break the
She has like
mold.
80 cousins.
Without passivity. To the point.
what?
Hey, mom. Yeah.
That's the whole
I
reason we
do-
don't think you watch porn because you're not saying it.
What? What do you mean? Okay, like everybody does.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know.
Except for the people on that weird murder island.
I don't know why I was
They
so.
don't have internet.
What's the Murder Island?
Don't even remember the name of it. But,
Shutter Island? I saw Shutter Island again over the weekend
Did you? On
with
your
Leonardo
DVD player?
DiCaprio. What?
How'd you watch it?
I was staying in an Airbnb, and it was the only free thing on Roku that I could
Oh,
watch.
really?
That and HGTV.
Oh, nice.
That's it. So I watched a lot of House Hunters while like packing and stuff, and then Shutter Island.
Any houses you would hunt for?
You know what? There was a woman
Where
there.
were you again?
I was in Portland.
I always feel like Zara's somewhere summering.
No,
I
I
just
was
love the term summer as a verb.
I was in Portland.
Do you ever
for
summer?
the All Jane Comedy Festival for comedy. I do summer. I do summer.
I can't breathe.
I summer. I summer twice a summer. I used to actually summer once upon a time before comedy, and now I just summer twice a summer.
Do you go
So
to
you got shows and
Hamptons?
shit.
I have been to the Hamptons.
Have
Yes.
you really?
Yeah.
That's cool. What are
Yeah,
they
my uncle used to have a house in the Hamptons.
Were the Hamptons there?
Were the Hamptons there?
Yeah.
They were, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's it was good. And then something happened. Was it the tech
Oh,
bubble?
God.
Something happened, and then no one had a house in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
But yeah, occasionally all summer. People always have
Nice while it lasted.
no. People have a house on the shore, so I go to the Jersey Shore to summer.
Do you?
Yes,
I've never been to
Oh.
Jersey.
it's there's parts of it that are very beautiful, and they don't have orange people fist pumping.
Oh, that's
You
fun.
know,
Mm.
as the Jersey Shore TV show would
Camden,
have you
right?
believe.
Camden's really nice.
Camden may still be the murder capital of the world.
Oh, nice.
Also, fun
I
fact
don't know.
about
It's where I get my
Camden.
smack from. So,
So,
I don't.
Smack.
No,
You
I
guys
can't
remember-
smack.
Cereal.
What is smack?
okay.
The
Can I
smack
Is
cereal?
that heroin?
can I
Oh,
clear a
no.
myth about Camden?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys remember Harold and Kumar go to White Castle,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and they had to go all the way to Cherry Hill for White Castle,
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
nice
and they
neighborhood, right?
drove through Camden. From where that movie was filmed, there's a White Castle literally a mile away. They didn't have to go through the whole journey, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean,
But then there
how
would be no
boring would that
movie.
movie
You're
be?
right.
Yeah,
There
Were
yeah.
they
would've-
using like MapQuest or something?
This-
They didn't
I
have GPS like we do now.
I
They
think it
could've-
was pre-MapQuest. I think that's
Yeah.
how old Harold and Kumar.
I definitely remember
are.
like a quest map.
Do you guys remember MapQuesting? Like you'd print the shit out and then like have to drive and refer to it. Like that shit's so dangerous.
Yeah. Yep. I have a notepad still to this day. It's now has jokes in it, but before that, all it had was directions
What?
to places I had to go. Because I would look it up online,
Yeah.
even in LA, because I didn't have a smartphone. I thought it was dumb. I was like, why?
Yeah.
I call people, I text people. That's all I need to do. And then I would write the arrows and where I had to be to get to where I had to go. So I have like
So you have a good sense of direction.
now. I actually didn't know north, south, east, west until that's all the directions.
In LA?
until,
Yeah, that
uh,
is.
And
There you go. You know all of them. You know
I
all
know
the
all
different
of them
ways.
now. I'm familiar.
That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I didn't know left and right till, or it was difficult for me until like I got my driver's license test, and I just someone taught me like if you put both your fingers like L's, your index finger and your thumb, the one that is L the right side is the left.
Yes.
Yeah.
But before I had that tool, I had to put L on my left hand for my driving test.
What would you be doing with your hands to where you remembering whether left or right was correct? Oh, got you. So you can turn. Yeah.
You know how
Yeah.
you like
That makes sense.
go
You
like
kind
L,
of
like
need to know
loser?
right or left when you're driving.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do need to know
oh, you
the
do.
different directions
driven in
when
so
you're.
long.
You haven't?
No, my car broke down in 2011 at the end of it, and then I grew up in Oakland, and you take the buses and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I hate driving in LA, and I can do this. So
You
I haven't
probably
had a car.
save
since
so
a
much money
lifestyle.
not having a
save
car.
money, save stress. I don't
Oh
get
my
parking tickets.
God.
I just show up, and that's where I'm at. Like I took the bus here, and then
Yeah.
I took a Lime scooter down.
Yeah. It is actually cheaper to Uber and take scooters and just walk.
Do you think so?
It is.
Depending on how much you do it.
It is.
Yeah. Because
also,
if you're driving all over town, LA is big.
No, I mean Uber maybe would be $300-400 a month, maybe at most if you're using it for like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a car,
Like shows in Long Beach.
I don't know. I mean, I guess with-
Long Beach, you can take a bus.
there's
and a
there's
train.
trains.
Yeah,
I
there's,
can
a,
take
but-
the blue line all the way down.
there's a train
Yeah.
that goes to Long Beach
Yeah.
and stuff too.
I like
so
to walk too. So
yeah.
I like to walk, but I'm not walking to Long Beach.
no, although you'd be insanely cut up if
Yeah.
you did.
Oh my gosh.
Legs.
All right, we got to wrap up. But
Paul's like giving us the eye,
Granison-
eyebrows.
Paul's ready to go.
do you have anything that you'd like to promote or plug or
I have the League of Comedy. We just got our second venue. It's going to be October 16th. That's a Wednesday. Come out. It's going to be an awesome lineup, and we'll have delicious food at a dope-ass bar in downtown Los Angeles. I have a bunch of shows coming up. Check me out on Instagram.
so you're doing downtown and Sherman Oaks?
Yes. So, yeah.
Look at you expanding.
I know. Boom, boom, boom.
You're franchising.
I am, and I am
That's
working
so
on an
dope.
app. So if there's any comics who listen to this, if you want to be considered for my show, hit me up. I'll send you the link to the app. It's a community for comics and comic fans to find, upload mics nationwide. If you have a
Dope.
show you produce, upload it on there, and I'm working to make it so that instead of me charging people who use it as a tool, I get the money from where the money's at. So, venues,
Yeah.
companies, things like that. So
Yeah. Oh, dope. So where are you on Instagram?
I'm Insta Granison, Insta Granison.
There it is.
And then, yeah, you can hit me up. And if you want to be on my newsletter, I put it out twice a month, and it shows you what I'm doing. So I'll be putting this podcast in my newsletter. I got like 600 or
yes.
something contacts in there. And
Oh, nice.
yeah, I put it up for a month and whatever.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. These ladies are
Rate.
awesome. They're killing it. Zara does watch porn, in case you were uncertain when she walked
Yeah.
in. She gets it in.
She's a human.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
human.
Fizz,
She has a library.
is a ball of fire.
Vibrator. I was gonna
She
say,
has a librarian.
that's some Freudian slip. What am I doing?
Happening?
What
Yeah.
were
Oh
you
my
saying? 'Cause
God.
now you were saying something about
So
me,
yeah,
and I'm like,
find
yes.
find me. If you want. If you don't want, you don't have to tell me. I'll know. And yeah. Thank you guys for having me. This
Thank
has
you
been dope.
for
Thank you for
doing
coming out.
this. Yeah, we're facial recognition comedy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
On Instagram and Twitter.
A
Twitter's
facial
facial
rec.
Twitter is facial rec
Because they
comedy.
have a limit. For,
Yeah.
And just facialrecognitioncomedy.com, and then at the bottom, if you scroll, there's like all of our social media links.
Yes.
Or just search for it. I mean, Google. Things are
We're
easy
very
now.
Googleable.
Yeah, just Google all of us.
Yeah, I'm Zara Ali. You could find me on all the socials at really Zara. Zara is spelled Zahra. My URL is also reallyzara.com. If anyone wants to build my website, hit me up because I really need someone to do this.
We should
for
have
me.
a website building party if you use Wix or something.
Yeah,
Wix or,
I'm down for it. Yeah.
As a sponsor.
Yeah.
all right. I like the way you
I
think.
like this.
Granison.
I like this. This podcast and literally
Money on
every
your
other comics
mind.
podcast will have Wix sponsoring. It's Wix and stamps.com.
Influx of people.
Oh my god.
All right. And Fizza?
Oh yeah,
Your
yeah.
Instas and
Fizza
Twitters?
Dasani, FIZAADOSANI.com, or Google it. You can find my socials that way. It's just my name. You're probably gonna spell it with 2 Z's, even though it's 1 Z, and I get it, because phonetically it's deceiving. Pallavi's not here. She's out doing her thing, but she'll be back soon, and she is at Pallavi Gunalan, PALLAVIGUNALAN. And Google it, and I'm sure it'll autocorrect also. Right?
And what?
I don't-
Sorry, I was multitasking.
Multitasking. Okay, so Granison, do you want to leave us with some last words?
Last words, closing remarks.
Closing
I would say,
remarks.
for my last words, just remember that you are not limited by the things that you have, and that if you want something, to put it out there and be specific.
Boom.
Wow. How profound.
That's real.
Thanks, Twinsy.
All right.
This is so dope. Thanks. Bye, everybody.